Hello, my name is Jason Cottle. I'm the proud city manager of the city of Lancaster. Today we're going to do a short presentation to explain to the community about what is Measure LC and what it does for our community. As you know, local government services are essential to a thriving economy, to strong local infrastructure, and strong local services. Today we're going to be providing a presentation about what those mean to you, how it'll affect you, and how you can participate in the process. Joining me is George Harris. He is the city's Director of Finance and Technology. George is responsible for ensuring that Lancaster maintains a healthy budget.
Thank you, Jason. I'm excited to help provide information about Measure LC to our community.
To our community, Lancaster is home. We work here, we shop here, we play here, we grow here. I'm proud of Lancaster, and you should be too. The city has been doing an amazing job at managing your resources. However, Lancaster is not immune to the problems found in cities throughout our nation, and while it may not be always visible, we are one of the few cities that is not facing crippling debt in the coming years. That is not to say that we were not affected by the current pandemic, but we have a proven track record of financial responsibility. Lancaster is not going bankrupt. With our current resources, we continue to focus on capital improvements, safe neighborhoods, and parks. In order to continue, we need to look at all of our options, including sales tax. We are not the only city doing this, and we need to continue to prepare for the unforeseeable future.
That's exactly right. The city of Lancaster has done an amazing job of maintaining fiscal responsibility and building healthy reserves that are needed during these times. A pandemic, as well as other downturns in the economy, whether they're local or regional, can have a major impact on a city and its ability to continue to sustain itself financially. We are constantly looking for ways to improve. Although we have been able to use our resources creatively and are not in debt like other cities, we continue to grow and will need additional resources to maintain the current standard as well as enhance our city for the future.
So what is Measure LC, and why did the council decide to place it on the ballot? Measure LC is a local sales tax on the ballot in November. One key factor about Measure LC is that it is a locally controlled funding, meaning that all the money contributed will actually stay local. In the past, other sales taxes have been approved by the county and the state, and ultimately those taxes go to the entire county rather than staying here. Measure LC stays local and allows for local control of how the resources are to be used.
And if approved, Measure LC could provide funds to maintain and create programs for youth and senior citizens, support economic recovery, job training, and local job creation. It could maintain streets, keep parks and public areas safe and clean, protect the quality of local resources and infrastructure, support and expand community services like mental health and homelessness, protect public safety services, and explore alternative public safety options.
That's a lot of city services, George. So let's get into what everyone is wondering. What is the cost to you, the consumer? To put it in perspective, I bought a $3.50 cup of coffee this morning, and after taxes, it was about $3.83. If Measure LC is approved, that total would increase by 3 cents. 3 cents that would stay here locally and could go towards roads, programs, and other services. Measure LC would increase the sales tax to Lancaster to 10.25%, like many other cities already. A total of 1.75% will go directly to the city, resulting in approximately $31.3 million annually going to Lancaster, an increase of $12.8 million, compared to the $157 million going to the state and county already annually. Measure LC keeps funds local and prevents funding from going to the state and county.
Yes, a case study was actually done in 2017, where LA County approved Measure H, which was a quarter-cent sales tax across the county. Lancaster contributes from its taxpayers $4.6 million annually to Measure H. What does Lancaster receive? Only about $160,000 of those funds on an annual basis. Meanwhile, like other cities, namely Santa Monica, Long Beach, they receive a significant amount of funding from this source but do not contribute because they have already passed local tax rates up to the maximum, which cannot be exceeded.
How does this happen? Santa Monica and Long Beach passed local sales tax measures prior to the county passing Measure H to keep their funding local. It is important to note sales tax is charged on the top of most goods and services and is paid by consumers. Note that groceries, prescriptions, medication, and other essential items are exempt from this sales tax.
And we're not alone. There are several cities that have implemented local sales tax increases to get ahead of the county. 42 to be exact in the LA County area have passed similar sales taxes. The city has been planning and continues to plan for the future. We have a long record of smart and conservative financial planning.
This conservative and responsible planning has helped Lancaster weather the current storm and maintain services during this pandemic. The city has provided emergency assistance to help small businesses keep afloat, created local vehicle purchase incentive programs, and partnered with local nonprofit organizations to provide additional resources, including meal delivery services and other essential services to our community.
Helping ensure that our city is well prepared for any future public health crisis, natural disasters, or fiscal challenges that come our way, Measure LC would authorize a 3/4 cent sales tax if approved. 100% of the funds would remain here in Lancaster and cannot be taken by LA County or the state. The measure also includes strict taxpayer accountability, including an independent Citizens Oversight Committee and annual public reporting.
Ultimately, the measure could support programs for our youth and seniors, keep our streets maintained and our parks clean and safe, address homelessness and support mental health, allowing our public safety officers to focus on crime prevention, keeping our neighborhoods safe, support economic recovery, job training, and local entrepreneurs who create jobs, protect the quality of our city's infrastructure and local water resources, and protect public safety services. Thank you for listening and engaging. Measure LC will be a local, reliable resource to provide local services that the state or county cannot take from us. Right? Take the opportunity to educate yourself, participate in the process, and support local control of our local funding.